So I think we just come here for just interview.
Okay.
Hey, before you sit down, let me measure first. Just kidding. Let's
Checking
take a
for
seat.
compliance.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, how come you guys are in this?
I thought you asked us to be in this attire, our professional attire. Hello, I'm Margaret Yee, currently a senior project engineer from the contractor sectors. In fact, I have been working for about 7 or 8 years in the construction sector as a female project engineer.
I'm Michelle Lee. I've been in the industry for about 10, 11 years. I've been through a very wide range of roles actually. So I'm a civil engineer, but I started off, my first project was the NUH hospital, and I was actually doing Archi coordination.
So
that was actually my first role.
Okay. In fact, Michelle and me are in the BCA PE Young Leader programs, whereby we learn a lot of things, whereby we connect all the different young engineers together.
Yeah, and getting to know other people from other companies, you get to see what other companies are doing and how they're actually implementing certain things.
Yeah, so that we can learn from each other.
Yeah, that's right.
Correct.
Okay, Margaret, share about your first day stepping to your first built environment role.
Well, I would say it's a mix of feelings, emotion, like I'm being very nervous and excited. Why do I feel nervous? Because imagine we are in a new situation whereby I don't know what to expect. Yet I'm very excited because I always love to see how's be it the MRT station or how's the home is being constructed. How about you? How do you feel when you first started work?
Lost. Yeah. I mean, it's a new environment that you enter from school, right? It's totally different. So my first task that my supervisor gave me, right, was like art and craft. Because he was trying to teach me how to relate the plan views to the section views, and it's always typical sections. So I had to go and cut and paste all the typical sections and paste on, to its relative plan view, right? And then after that, I have to spot the difference, right, to see if there's any discrepancies or not.
Can you ladies share an unforgettable experience you've had since joining the built environment sector?
Okay, my unforgettable experience is not really on site or in office. It was actually a site visit to a immersed tunnel project in Hong Kong. So what happens is that we have this huge, large precast tunnel segments, right, that they cast in a lagoon. And when they finish casting all the segments, they flood the lagoon and then they tow the segments into position and then they sink it into place.
Wow,
yeah,
that's very interesting.
That's very interesting. Yeah.
I mean, I didn't even get to see that. I mean, that's a beauty of construction, I would
Correct.
guess.
It's so diverse and so many things that can happen. So many different types of projects that you get to see, right? I think that's a very unforgettable part of construction.
I remember there was one incident. Actually, we were supposed to complete all the ball pile before the Chinese New Year. Unfortunately, I think it was 2 days or 3 days before Chinese New Year, the boring rate adapter of the ball pile spoiled. So we do not know what to do because it was before Chinese New Year period and the trailer was fully booked. So I called their assistant logistic manager and the subcontractor engineers and asked them for a solution. They told me that they will deliver the boring rig adapter, provided that there's an availability of the trailer. So I called their logistic manager, who I maintain a very good relationship with, and the problem was solved. He managed to contact the trailer, I mean maybe another company, I don't know. Then they delivered the boring rig adapter and I stay on and we able to do the casting until the next day and we complete before Chinese New Year. I think it was very happy for me. It was very fulfilling.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's the fun part about construction, right? There's always a lot of problems to solve.
People don't know. They thought like, oh, it's just simple. It's just, oh, I follow this. But it's not. When there's a situation on site, we have to think on that spot and really try our best to solve it because as engineers, we want the problem to be solved.
Having been in the built environment sector for a few years, what changes have you seen since you first joined?
In fact, for the past 7 years, I have realized that there's more women or more ladies joining the built environment sectors. Like, I see more QPS, like qualified person supervision, whereby they help to supervise the site. Then I see more engineers like myself. I also see there are more people on the technical teams whereby they do design, they do planning, and we also have those BIM modeler is all female. So I would say that women are also actively shaping the life of Singapore and building a better Singapore.
And other changes that we see, there's a lot of technological advancements, digitalization, and going green, sustainability. So in fact, I have with me here MR device. So what you can see here is that you can see what you're going to construct through this lens. If you wear this on site, and then you can see there's going to be a column here, or there's going to be some services that's going to have to run here and things like that helps you with coordination or visualizing what you need to build. And here we have the viewing lens, where you can actually see the holograms through this lens here. And it can actually flip up so that when you're wearing it, it's convenient to look at the real space and the virtual space. Okay, so right now I have this model here. It's actually a mock-up that we are going to construct for one of our hospital projects. And as you walk through it, you can actually see what are all the different furniture, how many PowerPoints it needs to have in this room, and so on. I can even make it 1:1. So this is what we call a virtual mock-up. And the immersive experience allows you to experience the real space as opposed to just looking at a 3D model inside the computer. It's pretty easy to navigate. It's like using a touch screen in a space. So I can even select, let's say, a sink, and it can tell me what model this thing is supposed to be. So things like that, it's all from the BIM process, and then you bring it into a device that helps you to visualize the design.
What keeps you going in this industry?
I think for me, what keeps me going is the complexity and the dynamic nature of the industry. Your company has this project and they have this method of constructing it. My company might have a different proposal of constructing it, and different proposals would result in different complexities and challenges that come up with the project, right? And the engineers will have to be there to solve these problems. I guess being able to solve these problems, realizing that or knowing that this is such complex problems, right? It gives you a lot of satisfaction.
I would say passion and self-achievement. Actually, I completed the Maxwell station. Recently, I was taking this MRT to this Maxwell station. It's a Thomson East Coast Line. Then I was with my mom and my sister. I tell them, hey, this MRT station I constructed. Then it was like, wow, that was like very happy. So that's why it keeps me going and passionate about this built environment sector, whereby I can construct and see how things are being built.
That's true, right?
Yeah,
like when
of
you
course.
get to see experience what you built, and you know what goes behind every door that people cannot enter.
What is your advice to women considering joining the built environment sector?
Because there's so many different roles you can partake in the built environment. If you like the outdoors, you can have a project engineer role or site engineer role.
Like me, right?
Yeah, that's right. Where you get to interact with a lot of different subcontractors, know what's really going on site. There is also the back-end roles, which is what I'm primarily doing. We are more involved in like digital engineering, pre-construction, coordination, trying to solve problems before they happen on site. There's also accounting, project management. There's really many different roles that we have in the industry. There is nothing stopping women from joining the built industry because there's a very wide range of roles that they can partake in, from planners to engineers to project managers and so on.
This is the rapid fire round. First question. Professionals in a built environment are?
I say great.
Yep. All right, so I think in the built environment, it involves a lot of coordination, a lot of, you need to have a wide knowledge of different trades. So that's why people who are in the industry needs to be kind of smart.
From a contractor background, because I feel that professionals are great because we are the builders. We build like the MRT station, we build the home, we build the pathway, etc. for everyone. We help to construct and build things out of nothing.
Okay, next. Women in the built environment are?
Sexy.
Nice.
Oh yeah. I think sexy is because we help to build all the things that we are there. Imagine wearing our PP, all these. I have to educate and teach the workers and supervisors how to do. Imagine as a female engineer, we send them, hey, wear our PP. Hey, you better construct this way, all this. So don't you feel that we are sexy? Like teaching them how to do all this. I feel proud about it. I don't know about you.
I think women are strong because you're joining an industry that's commonly that has a misconception that it's for men.
Jobs in the built environment sector are?
Yep, I think jobs in the built environment are plenty because there's always a role for you out there. So if you want to join us, feel free to come and look for us.
Job in the built environment is fulfilling because I think, although it's hard, it's rewarding and fulfilling whereby we can see all the building are constructed and you will just feel a sense of self-achievement.
Next, a common misconception in the built environment sector is...
Actually, in a built environment, I feel that the working environment is not as harsh as what we always thought it is. I think sometimes it's happy because we get to work with different people, then I get to hear different perspectives, then we get to share each other problems. So it's also very friendly, family kind if you talk to other people and just be confident in yourself. So it's not as harsh as what you thought it is. To me, that's what I feel.
Yeah, so the misconception I think people think construction or in the built environment is that you're always working in a construction site that is always very hot and muddy and dusty.
And when in fact it's not actually hot and muddy always.
Yeah, that's right.
It depends on your role.
Yeah, it depends on your role. Yeah.
Okay, next question. The use of technology in the built environment.
Awesome. Yeah. I feel that it's awesome because we got to see different things in 3D, even in 4D or even in 5D. So we can visualize it instead of just using those 2D drawing and see, whereby I don't really know what I'm building.
I think it's advancing quite fast because apart from what Margaret said, like 3D, 4D, 5D, we are using a lot more technology like drones, laser scanning, mixed reality, virtual reality for all the construction works that we do now.
Okay, moving on. The future of built environment is...
In need of people. Yeah, really, I think we need more people.
I wrote robotics, so it's kind of in the same team. Because of the lack of manpower right now, I think a lot of things needs to be automated, and robotics might be one of the solutions that will be introduced into the built industry.
Yeah, I agree with her. That's why I say it's in need of people because as we know that built environment is lacking of manpower, like be it female or male, we really need a lot of people to join us.
Thank you for your time today, ladies, and thanks for watching this episode of BE Conversation. Stay tuned for our next episode.